Hey, it's D, the Learning Mandarin Jamasian, and we are on day 5, part 2. So we're covering 15 ways Mandarin differs from English. The previous day, which was day 4, we covered part 1. So we covered the first 5. Now we're going to cover the next 5. So let's get started. Right now, we are on number 6, which is word order in questions. Now, in Mandarin, they do not use auxiliary verbs like do or change word order for questions. So like in English, we might say, do you like coffee? But in Mandarin, they're saying, ni si huan cafe. Now, you like coffee. When they put the ma at the end, that's like saying, do you like coffee? So the ma, it makes it a question. It makes the you like coffee a question now into do you like coffee? Not just you like coffee, and then you'd say ma for the do. Okay, so the sentence remains the same. It remains the same. You like coffee. You like red. You like blue. You like rice. You like whatever the word is. You like whatever that word is. But when you put the ma at the you like rice ma, or you like chirfan, which is meals to eat. If you say, I think fan just means coffee. Means rice by itself. Chirfan is eat rice or eat a meal. But if we put that in the cafe part, cafe, if we put that there and then add the ma, it'd be like, do you like rice? Do you like to eat rice? All right. If we was to switch that word out. So I'm hoping that makes sense. Okay. So I'm trying to remember that. So I just need to say you like whatever and then put ma at the end to remind me that, hey, it's do you like coffee? It's asking a question now. So that's cool. Number 7, the pronunciation of past tense, such as ed sounds. Okay, let's see. Mandarin doesn't have the ed sound in past tense verbs, such as walked, he walked, played, he played outside. It relies on the la particle to indicate that the action was completed, whether it was completed now or completed in the past, because there's really no past tense. It's just say, hey, it was done, or it is done. Well, and if it's done, then we automatically know for something to be done and complete, it already happened. Right? So that makes it kind of past tense in my eyes. So instead of in English, we would say, I ate breakfast, because ate, we wouldn't say eat it, right? We wouldn't say, if it's I eat breakfast, that's different than I ate breakfast. I ate breakfast means I already did it already. So in Mandarin, it would say, what chi zotanla. Zotenla. That is all one word, like together. Zotenla. Zotenla. So to be wo chi zotenla. The la particle indicates completed, but not necessarily past tense. It's just that it's done. So it's I eat breakfast, la, which makes it I ate breakfast. Like I eat breakfast, done. Which I think we covered before, but this just puts it in another perspective. It's kind of like up here where it's I like coffee. And that's all you saying, I like coffee. Mom makes it, do you like coffee? And I eat breakfast, la, makes it I ate breakfast. Like it's almost like past tense, or that has been completed. Number 8, capital letters. Mandarin doesn't use letters. It relies on punctuation like exclamation marks and quotation marks to emphasize words instead of capitalizing them. So in English, we might type all caps like stop. Well, in Mandarin, it's ting, ting. So in English, he said this is important. So this sentence, he said, which would be ta sho, because I know that's shu. That's that SHU, sure, ta sure, which is he speak or he say, because that's what sure means, speak. Ja, hun, which is, we learned this is one of our vocabulary words. Ja, like we're saying ja, jungle, ja. So it's ja, hun, zhong yo. Now this is two fourth tones together, zhong yo. So we're gonna say it fast, zhong yo, because that's like a how, but you wouldn't pronounce it how like ni hao, because how is third tone. But we know it's the same, because if that was a third tone marked there instead of a fourth tone, it'll be yao. But we know it's going fast, so it's yao. So zhong yao. So he speak or say this very important. Okay, this is very important, basically. Okay, so that's how they would say it natively. I think they take out the is. You would think this very important is this is very important. So you would think this would be like is very, and not just necessary very is very, I would think, right? So, but I know that means very. And depends on how I see it again. I might associate this word with not just one word, not just very, but is very. It just depends on how many times I see it in this context. So if I see it a lot in this context, then it's going to make me think of hun as is very instead of just very. Now, also number 9, phonic alphabet. Well, we all know, and if you don't know, now you know. Hanzi means Chinese characters. That's what it means, period. That is the English translation of Hanzi. Hanzi is Chinese characters, and it doesn't have an alphabet. It has Chinese characters instead, each representing meaning and sound, because there's a sound that's associated with every Hanzi. So just like you see the ta, that's the first tone. Ta shou. So tai shou. I know that's shu. Tai shu. I know that's a o. So tai shou. Tai shou. And then that is a fourth tone, third tone, fourth and fourth. The second tone rises. So these are two fourth tones on these Hanzi. So this one right here represents Han, right here. And then this one represents Z. Han Z. Because that's just Z-E. Z. So Hanzi. I know, it's crazy. And then number 10, the consonant clusters. Consonant. Remember I was saying, I'm like, how they say that? Because we learn it in school in elementary, but come on now. We don't, I barely remember it, right? I just know how to speak English, right? Like I said, I'm not an English major, but English words have multiple consonants together. So like strength, we see STR. None of those are really like vowels. And then we got a vowel, and then we got a consonant, and a vowel at the end. Just, that's how it is for us. But in Mandarin, it's typically, I don't know, let's see here. It's typically, the vowels are simpler and usually follow a CV or CVC pattern, which is a consonant and a vowel, which are in Mandarin finals or this would be initials, and the vowels will be finals. And if you can actually see it when we're writing in Pinyin. Okay, so we can see like Zoltian, 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 which means yesterday is Z, U. U is a vowel. Okay, O is a vowel, and then it's a consonant, and then it's a vowel, and then it's a vowel. So it starts typically with a consonant and then a vowel, kind of like over here, a consonant and then a vowel, which is in Mandarin's terms, it's an initial and then a final. And it typically goes like that. Because this is one, we have to separate these according to Hans. So if we separated it out and not ran it together, because each one of these is its own Hans, we have consonant, vowel, vowel. Consonant, vowel, consonant, consonant. Then we got a consonant, and then we got vowel, vowel. So it's typically start with that CV or CVC kind of pattern in those words. So they don't run a lot of consonants back to back in their speech or with the Pinyin, right? Because the Pinyin, understand, the Pinyin helps you with pronunciating the Hans. That's all it is. And it helps you write the Hans in like text form or on documents. So if you were to put, for instance, if I was to switch my keyboard out to Pinyin, when I type wool, it's a number right there, and it's the sign. So kind of like AI is built into this board. So what you use often, or what people use the most often, that's the one that's going to show quickly. So if I put ni, there go the sign for ni. Now if I start writing ni hao, then the sign for ni hao, I just press 1 and then it'll turn it into Hans. Okay, so that's pretty much why I use so we're just writing out the sound. Ni hao. And then it'll give us the Hansa. We press the number 1 and there go the Hansa for ni hao. So understand, because there's a lot of different words with the same sound. Okay, so even it's a different kind of how. So if we were to do how by itself, that's the how that's in ni hao, but this is another how. And I think it goes by sound. So ni hao, this one, the first one, has a third tone. So you have to know the tones. And in this how, I want to say has because we've seen this one. I wanted this third one here. I think it has a 4th tone on it, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, because we're not really writing the tones. We're just spelling out the letters because we know how it sounds. We know what it's supposed to be, right? So let me just do 2 and put it back to ni hao. Okay, so that's what I mean. So it's good to have this board. Let me put it back on USA. It's good. it's good to have that and the knowledge of it, to know how to pronounce the symbol, because you will know the symbol. And then when you start learning the symbols, then you can type it out in Pinyin. It's just a pronunciation helper. That's why we use Pinyin. And that's why I have Pinyin right here with the sounds and the tones, so we can see, okay, this, because there's probably different meanings. I'm pretty sure it is. I know it is. It's Ming, 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 Ming. So there is a first tone, a second tone, a third tone, and a 4th tone to this one sound. And a neutral tone. Pretty much. To every sound, to every Pinyin. And each one of the sounds has a different Hans. So the more you look at the sounds along with the Pinyin, Let me blow this up a little bit so we can see. So I know this Ming going up in second tone, especially when used with day, which is tomorrow, Ming Tian, Ming Tian, Ming Tian. I know it's going to be this. But then you're going to see this one by it, which you know is day. Got to do with something with the day of the week, right? Because all of them from tomorrow, yesterday, and today has that Tien, that kind of Tien in this sign. And we know Tien is first tone on that because it's on all of them that got to do with the day of the week or a day, a date, should I say. So that's 30. So that's 30. So let me put it back to 30 and stretch it out. So to match. All right. So that's it for day 5. If you have any comments, practice. Know that I am going to have these downloaded into the Google Drive that you can gain access to for free. The link will be below in the description. And if you have any suggestions, please leave them because this is my study guide. This is how I study, and I go over all the ones before I do this one. So I've already went through day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. I looked at day 4 because day 4, it does have some rules in there and we want to ingrain this stuff. So as we go along, I just go through them real fast. I don't sit there and waste time. I go through each and every one of them and come up to the current day. And that's why I'm shooting this video now, because I'm on this day. Because I've already went through days 1 through 4, and now I'm on this day. So if you want the PDF of this, you can get it. All right. Until next time. Bye.